Hi, how you doing? It's Jeff Sinker from SkyPguitarLessonsOnline.com, back again with another Iron Maiden track as per usual. This one is the Apparition, if you don't already know that, taken from the Fear of the Dark album. Fun track. Really is a nice meaty track to get into, especially when you play along with that backing track that you heard at the beginning, which I will be including as a download link. Also, you're going to be able to get all of the tablature for all of the sections that I'm covering today. I am only doing all the rhythm guitar parts. It says only, still quite a bit in that. I'm not going to be looking at the guitar solo in this one, just purely the rhythm guitar. If this is your first time to the channel, great to see you. If you're a big Iron Maiden fan, then you want to check out the rest of this channel. I think we're up to 42 Iron Maiden lessons now. So if the Maiden's your thing, click on that subscription. Don't forget that bell. If you don't click on the bell, you're not going to be notified whenever I'm posting any new things to the channel. Also, you might want to check out my premium channel. There's lots more parts to a lot of these lessons. It's got a lot more for the Iron Maiden, and also some lessons that have not been included on my YouTube channel. And just recently, if you enjoy Joe Bonamassa, I have got the complete Joe Bonamassa playing the style of that I've posted onto Udemy, but I've also posted it in my premium channel. So $6.99 a month gives you access to everything that's on that channel. So click on that link, just check it out. Sure, you're going to enjoy it. And of course, if you enroll, you're going to be supporting me and all the things that I'm trying to do on this channel. Anyway, enough of me. Let's get right into this lesson. Let me show you how to play the Apparition. So don't go away.
Preview.
Right, let me just go through the opening section. I'll play it through and then I'll break it down for you. Okay, so it's fairly easy to play, and I would recommend that you download the tab that I will include with this and just follow it through on the chords. What we're doing, we're playing across an E5 first of all. So we play the first one, we play an open E, and we're doing that down, up, down. And then what we're going to do, we're going to play what can be seen as an augmented chord, because I'm going to raise the fifth a half tone. So I'm playing 7 and I'm playing 10, and on that I just do a down, down. So your first bar, and then we go down to a D5, and we just got to play that down, up, down, back up to the E5. Now we're going to start just playing the same thing through. There are a few variations, but we go back to that E again. Then we got that. Again the E. Now on this one we do a... So we're doing that D5, E5, then we just do a chug on the E. We go back to our E. And then we've got a DE. And that's the end of the first section. Now we're going to continue in the same vein, but we've got a change of chords coming up. So let's just go through this section. Okay, again quite simple. We have got an A5 power chord this time, playing it down here on the open string, and I'm just playing 2 on the D, G and the B. Of course with the open A, of course. Then I'm going across and I'm playing what could be seen as a G5, but he doesn't do that. He just plays across 5 on the A, 5, 5, 4, 3 from the A string down. So he's still a G, but he just doesn't play that. And then we have got the Ds. Now we're playing a D chord twice to an A. So we get that third bar goes onto that A. Then we go and stay on the A, back to the G, and then we got a C, D, followed by another D. We repeat that whole section again on the A. So it goes back to the A, to that G, play that whole thing again, and then we go back right to the beginning, which is that. Play that all the way through what we've played, play all the way through the A's, and then we go into a little bit more of a kind of cool riff in the next section, which I'm going to call section B on the tabs. Right, let me just play it through. So what we're playing there, we do an A, D to an E, 2 chugs on the low E, then we do a D, E again, with another E on the end, so we go, then we've got another chug, do a D to an E, and then we go across and we play a G5, but we're playing that on 5 on the D, 7 on the G string, and then back to an E. So let me just play that through nice and slow. That's the first part. Then we've got another 2 chugs on the E. So we've got 2 chugs and then a D to an E. Then we go back and do a D, E. We go across and we do that G5 that we did on that the D and the G string. Play that twice. And then we've got this 7-5 on the D string. 7-5-4. And then we finish on the 7 on the A string. And because it doesn't come across very rhythmical when I take it down as a slow, just breaking down the chords, what I'm going to do, I'll play through the 2 bars, because you're going to play this as a 2-bar riff repeated. So I'm just going to play it nice and slow. So we get. So that gets played, I believe it's 2 times. And then what we're going to do, we're going to move everything up 2 frets, but you're going to play the same riff chugging on the E. So you get. Now that gets played, I believe that one gets played 8 times if I remember, because that is part of the first guitar solo that is played in the song. So that one there, moving up from the 9 to the 7 to the 9th fret, is quite busy, but it's just the same as we've done. We're playing that 7-9. But at this part though, remember, it's exactly the same as what we just played, but just moved 2 frets up. So I'm doing this 7-9. Exactly the same, and you will see that on the tablature as well. So that has already now taken us into the guitar solo. So let's have a look at some more of the riffs that are played during this solo. There is a dual harmony that is played by Dave and also by Adrian. So let me just first of all look at the line that Dave Birch is playing. Okay, let me just explain that one. We're starting off on 6 on the G string. I cross over to the B and I do a 5. Back to the 6. Back to the 5. 6. 5. And then we're going to slide up to the 7 on the B. And we do a 9. Back to the 7. And then to the 9. And we cross over to the E string, do a 7, 9. Finishing on the 7. So that line would be. And then he's finished off with this line, which is on 7 on the E string, 6, 7, 9, 7, 6, and then we got 3 7s on the B, and then we do a 5 on the B, and then 7, 9, 7, 5, cross over to the G string, and we do a 6 and a 4. So we would get. And then we repeat the whole thing over again. Now, let's just have a look at what Adrian's playing as the harmony on that. Okay, that's what Adrian's playing. Let's break it down. We are doing a 4 on the D string, to the 2 on the G, back to the 4, the 2 to the 4, then from the 2 to the 4 on the G, to the 6 on the G, back to the 4, to the 6, and then 5 and 7 on the B. Exactly the same phrasing, it's just played in a different place to creating the harmony. And the return is on the B string 5, 4, 5 to 7, back to the 5, to the 4, and then we move down to the G4 and we play 3 of them. And from there we have a 7, so from there we have, then we have 5, 4, then we have a 5, 4, 5, 7, 5, 4, cross over to the G string, 4 4s. Then we do a 2, back to the 4, 6, 4, 2, and then we do 4 and 2 on the D. So we've got both of the harmonies for that section. Now that's where they part company again, goes off on a separate solo, and we'll continue looking at what the rhythm guitar is playing behind that. So let me play it through the next 4 bars that's going through the solo. Okay, that's over an F sharp minor. So we're playing, just playing through 2 bars of this. So we're playing this. Then we move to a B. Down to an E, and we repeat. Now from there, we have got a 6-bar break on this one. So I'm just going to play this through. So we're getting this. I'm playing there, I'm just doing a cross, I'm doing a 10-12, just double stopping on the A and the D string. So I'm going 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, and then I change strings and I do across the D and the G a 10, 12. So I get... And then this next bar is just playing on the 12 on the D and G. And then I go back to the 10 on the A. So I play that 12 3 times, and on the last one when I go back to the 10, I play a C power chord. So I get... So on the last one, I'm playing a 12. So the last one goes like this. So what I'm doing there, I'm playing 12, and then 12 across D and the G, and then I do the 10th fret on the A twice. Back to the 12, back to 12, do that 10, and then I play a C. I get... And then we go back and do that. And then we go back and do... And that plays, like I said, that plays for, I believe it's 6 bars. And then we go into this next riff. I was quite busy during the solo for the rhythm guitarist, so let's go and check this one out. So let me just play this final part of the guitar solo for the rhythm guitar. It's a little bit frantic, so I'll play it through and then I'll break it down. Okay, right. We're going to start off with this pattern, which is 5 on the A string. And then we're going to do a 6-7 on the low E. Then we repeat 5, 6, 7. Then 5, 6, 7 again. And 5, 6, 7 again. And they're all played over 16, so we get... Then we're going to move the 5 across onto the D string and then do 6, 7 on the A. So 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, crossover, 6, 7. That's bar number 1. We then pick up this 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. There's a pause and then we do 5 again on the A string. And then 6, 7, then 3, oh. So, bar number 2 will go like this. Then we go straight back in and we repeat the first bar, which is that. And then we've got an open E note to a G5, which is just a G, or I always call this the lazy man's G, because you're not going to put the B, you're not putting that 2nd fret with your 1st finger on the A string. What you're going to do is just put your 3rd finger onto 3rd fret on the lower E and just mute that A string, and then you're going to hold down the 3rd fret on the B and the G. So you get this. And that takes us to the end of the solo section. Now from there, we just go back to the intro section, which was that. You play that through twice, and that takes us to the exit of the song. So what we've done now, we have covered all of the parts to the Apparition. I love this song. Oh, I do. It really is a fun one to play, especially when you play it alongside the backing track, which I will be included. Just crank up that drum and that bass and just playing them chords over the top of that. As I'm talking, I'm tapping my foot because it just really is such a big, powerful song to play over. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed learning how to play this song. I'm not seeing this covered much out on the YouTube land, that's why I thought I would do this one. Great song, as was nearly every song on Fear of the Dark. Hopefully you'll agree with me on that. Well, I am going to let you go, and I will see you. Well, so now we have covered all of the sections to the Apparition. Hope you've enjoyed learning this song and going through it with me as much as I enjoyed learning this song in the first place to teach you. Really is a fun track, especially when you play alongside with the backing track that I am going to be including again with the link. Takes you to my website. Download it along with the subtitle. Well, that is all of the sections covered to the Apparition. I do hope you've enjoyed learning this song as much as I've enjoyed learning it to teach you. It's a wonderful song, and it's even better when you play it with the backing track. Get that backing track by following that link down below. It takes you to my website. You'll also get all the tablature there, so that will help you when you follow through. But put on that backing track, crank it up, and just enjoy yourself playing along with this track. Well, I'm going to let you go. So, until the next time, this is Jeff Sinker from ScoutGuitarLessonsOnline.com, wishing you well. Really appreciate your company as usual, and I look forward to seeing you all again real soon. Until then, goodbye.